Now stay on a tenement. Gone in the hills of a settlement. Now stay on a tenement. Gone in the hills of a...
If asked what I'm committed to, I would have to say that I am committed to creating sustainable communities. Lil Raggamuffin Summer Camp is an experiment in what that looks like. Bringing two communities together to strengthen each other, to learn and to grow. We're transformed by the environment. We're transformed by the experiences and thoughts and the joy that we're able to share in this space. And it's the vision that hopefully we can help other people go back home and do the same thing where they're from.
I guess the question that I have, right, because we also acknowledged that it's being a teacher is not only the things that you share, but also the things that you're receiving. So I'm wondering, and pardon me, Zeb, for using it as an example, but when you mentioned the difference in you here and in the city, right? The difference in your spirit here and in the city. I feel like there is something that shifts for us, maybe potentially individually, when we return home. I'm wondering, how do we continue to nurture and manifest what we've individually taken from this space?
Like you said, what can we do? Like that was first start in your household, then you move down to your block. That's the example we were talking about with the kids earlier on our old block on Hancock Street. It's like we just started by talking to the kids, and it was simple things like, hey, how you doing? What's going on? What'd you learn in school today? You know what I'm saying? Like that had a tremendous effect on so many of these kids. Like
feeding a need for the kids on my block. I sat outside all the time wanting to meet all the kids on my block, and then one day when I was sitting on the bottom step, they messed up their bike, and they asked me, sir, could you fix this bike? And I fixed it for them. And then after that, right.
Awesome.
So
yeah.
Most of us here work with kids at some point or another when we're back home. We've learned how to teach our babies back home. Because there's so many different minds, so many talents here that we have to like adapt to our students. And I was doing that a little bit before, but now I know even more. Okay, this for this for that child, that's for that for that child. You know, those kind of things. I think for me, that's the strongest I'm going back with. And obviously, I'm going to come back to learn more.
So we're about to go check out another workshop that happens here at camp. This is the radio station that they're creating. Is this the last session that you guys have?
Yeah, so basically what this is the official planning, programming session for Black Star radio station. They will create the format for their program and then go into the recording studio in about an hour, record the entire station, the entire 1 hour podcast, and then we'll put it up in the morning. After Zebi's seen it, a few members of the community have seen it.
First thing you have to do is get a contract for the internet, advertisements, and like people who own shop in the community. We are going to like make up a jingle for them and then broadcast it. Yeah. And then
that means our fundraising.
We're starting with the podcast, which is small enough for them to control, at 1 hour session, once a month, for 5 months. If with their schedules as students and as members of their family and community, they can keep up a schedule of 5 sessions. On the 4th session, we will start to fundraise to make it move from a podcast to an internet radio station. But it's something that is definitely going to be useful for the community to help get their name out there in the way that they want, to really tell the story that they desire. This was a project that was started by them last year. They are already musical beings. They write songs, they sing, they're disc jockey, they do all kinds of things, but they really needed a way they wanted a platform to be able to get their music out there and to help spread the story of their community.
All you can say aye.
Now stay on a tenement. Gone in the hills of a settlement. Now stay on a tenement. Gone in the hills of a settlement. Cause a settlement me love and I saw me a can. Settlement me love and I saw me a can. What a nice piece of land. What a beautiful land. Now stay on a tenement. Gone in the hills of a settlement. Now stay on a tenement. Gone in the hills of a settlement. Cause a settlement me love and I saw me a can. Settlement me love and I saw me a can. What a nice piece of land. Now stay and not tell me. Gone in the east of a second. Now stay and not tell me. Gone in the east of a second.